Once upon a time, in a lively little town, two children lived side by side, Gerda and Kay. They loved each other like brother and sister, spending long hours in their small rooftop garden where roses climbed the walls and the summer air smelled of sunshine. They played beneath the green vines and shared dreams of adventure, never imagining how cold and strange the world could be. Far away, in the realm of shadows, a wicked demon forged a mirror with terrible power. This mirror twisted beauty into ugliness and goodness into cruelty. It delighted him to see bright faces turn grim, but one day the mirror shattered and millions of sharp splinters flew across the earth. Tiny pieces lodged in human hearts and eyes, turning love to ice and kindness to scorn. Winter came early that year, and one evening, when snowflakes drifted like silver feathers from the sky, Kay leaned out of the window beside Gerda. They laughed as the icy stars danced until a sudden pain struck his eye and heart. A sliver of the demon's mirror had entered him. His smile faded. The roses in the garden seemed ugly, and Gerda's songs no longer warmed his heart. He grew cold and proud, mocking everything he once loved. Soon after, a sleigh swept through the snowy streets, glittering like frozen crystal. At its reins sat a woman robed in white fur, her crown shining like frost. Her eyes sparkled colder than winter nights. This was the Snow Queen. She kissed Kay on the forehead, and his heart froze as hard as a diamond. He climbed into her sleigh without fear, and in a whirl of snow they vanished beyond the horizon into a world of eternal ice. When Kay did not return, Gerda wept bitter tears. Then, with courage burning in her small heart, she set out to find him. She walked for days through snow-bound roads until she reached a river. Giving her shoes to the stream as an offering, she sailed in a little boat, but a current carried her far away. She found herself in a magical garden where flowers whispered secrets and endless summer reigned. A kind old woman gave her fruit and warm clothes, but Gerda remembered Kay and fled, running through fields until the garden vanished behind her. Next, she met a crow who promised to lead her to a palace, for there was talk of a boy who might be Kay. The palace shone with golden light and silk curtains, but the boy was not her friend, only a young prince who gave Gerda a carriage, fine clothes, and horses for her journey onward. Yet robbers in the dark forest seized her treasures. Among them was a wild robber girl who, instead of harming her, took pity on Gerda and gave her a companion, a strong reindeer, swift as the northern wind. Through roaring snowstorms and endless white plains, Gerda rode on the reindeer's back, clutching his warm fur. Stars shimmered above the frozen world like shards of glass. At last, they reached the hut of the Lapland woman, who sent her further north to the wise Finn woman. There, Gerda learned the truth. No magic was stronger than her innocent heart. "Go," said the Finn woman, "save him with your love." And so, barefoot and trembling, Gerda walked into the realm of the Snow Queen. Her palace rose like a cathedral of ice, its walls shimmering with blue and silver light. The floor was frozen glass, and the northern lights burned in a high, hollow sky like frozen flames. In the center of that silent hall sat Kay, pale and still, arranging shards of ice into endless patterns. His lips were blue, his eyes empty of warmth. "Kay!" cried Gerda, and her voice echoed like bells through the icy hall. She ran to him and threw her arms around his shoulders. Her tears fell hot upon his chest and melted the splinter in his heart. He sobbed, and his tears washed the shard from his eye. Slowly, color returned to his cheeks, and he looked at Gerda as if wakened from a dream. "Gerda," he whispered, "where have you been?" Hand in hand, they walked out of the glittering halls. The snowstorm stilled. The reindeer carried them across the plains, through skies turning pink with dawn. They passed rivers now flowing free and forests greening with spring. When at last they reached their little garden, the roses were in bloom, and the sun shone warmly on their faces. They sat among the blossoms, no longer children, but hearts as pure as when they first played together. And above them, far away, the Snow Queen vanished into the northern lights, silent as falling snow.